But Matt, it's actually rubbish piling up that's causing the biggest stink in Queensland politics at the moment. After months of indecision, the government says it now will impose a levy on waste to try and curb that rubbish coming interstate here to Queensland, although the government still hasn't articulated exactly who will ultimately end up bearing that cost. The Premier doesn't need Superman or Wonder Woman to stop the waste. She's got a levy.
Speaking of superheroes, we also want all Queenslanders now to be recycling heroes.
The waste problem in the Sunshine State is souring, with 900,000 tonnes trucked here from interstate in 1 year alone. The government spent months deciding how to handle the dilemma, blown open on ABC's Four Corners last year.
I cannot believe what I'm saying.
Now, the last mainland state without a waste levy will reintroduce it. The trouble is, due to constitutional reasons, it will have to apply to all waste operators, including those in Queensland. The government admits previous attempts to stop trucks at the border haven't worked.
All the other eastern states have a levy. And by having the levy, it will stop that waste coming here.
In the last financial year, the amount of interstate waste increased 60% on the prior year. The opposition argues the biggest rise in rubbish came 3 years after the Newman government scrapped the levy and is blaming the current trouble on a lack of compliance.
Do you know how many dumps have an issue with interstate dumping? Around about half a dozen. So can't we police those dumps?
In Ipswich, which sees most of that rubbish, the Mayor says it's just the start of reform.
The people of Ipswich deserve better. They don't deserve cowboy operations. They deserve operations that are fully compliant.
While other states charge between $30 to $145 per tonne, Queensland is yet to set its price. The government's considering to offer rebates so households aren't lumped with any costs passed on from waste companies.
All the modelling I've seen is the levy needs to be around the $50 mark in order to stop $50 to $70 to stop the cross-border transportation.
All of this comes with an even greater concern, with China scaling back the enormous amount of foreign waste it imports. Josh Bavis, ABC News, Brisbane.